to see you, sir.
Hello. Nice to meet you, Jancy.
Thank you.
Yes. Okay, I'm fine with my business meeting. The workshops are perfect. Your preparations, congratulations. But I have to make sure my family is okay. So what can they do while I'm running the program?
Certainly, sir. Well, we have a pool and gym located on the 22nd floor.
Because they're very active.
Understand. So for the pool, it's indoor and infinity style. For the gym, it's 24 hours.
Okay, now, tonight, pag dumating yung mga kaibigan ko after the seminar, what can we do?
Well, we have Views Bar on the 40th.
Views Bar.
Yes, it's
mataas yun,
yes, it's a first sky bar in the Philippines.
All right.
And then you will see the panoramic view of the metro.
Okay, but not just my family, not just my friends, not just my seminar participants, but me. What can I do?
Well, we have our Asmara Spa, which is open until 12 midnight. So you can just relax, go to our famous massage, which is the Hilot.
Yeah, I'll go for the Hilot para Pinoy.
Pinoy style massage.
Thank you so much, Jans.
You're
Great.
welcome.
You know what? It's a packed day. Business, media, friends, family. So you gotta be in a place today where you can do all things at the same time without compromising quality. I'm Anthony Pangilinan, and in this episode of The Boardroom, we spend time with a veteran in this industry who makes sure, number one, that he runs his facility 24/7 excellently. He makes sure it evolves with the changing times and that it continues to rate as among the world's best today. Maraming salamat, Chancy. See you later. As the first sky hotel in the Philippines, Marco Polo Ortigas Manila offers state-of-the-art rooms and suites to all its guests looking to stay for business affairs, recreational activities, social gatherings, and a whole lot more. With the leadership of General Manager Frank Reichenbach, a seasoned hotelier with 40 years of experience under his belt, this five-star hotel located in the main artery of Ortigas Center's business district is a great choice for business persons, travelers, and food enthusiasts.
Hey. Hi, Anthony.
Hello.
Welcome to the Marco Polo.
And welcome to the Boardroom.
Good to see you again.
Likewise.
Right.
Why are you back? I know you've been in this industry for a long time. Why the Philippines once again?
Yeah, I see it's kind of closing the circle. You know, I was here 35 years ago.
So it's great to go back
time.
to the Philippines.
It's
When you say
kind
close
of
the
go
circle,
back.
you mean, is this the last assignment? No, come on. Can't be. I mean,
I'm not
doesn't
25 anymore. You know. But, you know.
Why Marco Polo? Why Marco Polo?
Because it was one of the newest hotels. So I think the timing and everything was right.
And after, should I say, 3 or 4 decades,
Just
what hasn't
about.
changed with this business? What hasn't changed in this industry?
I think people still look for the personal touch, you know, for the hospitality, because it's called the hospitality business.
Okay.
So while high tech is in high demand, you know, the internet, all the connectivity, all that, if you do not provide the basic personal touches and so, I think that
When you call
that
high
hasn't
touch,
changed.
you call it high touch, right?
High tech, high touch. So, I mean, the high touch hasn't changed.
But how has technology really impacted your business?
It became so fast, you know. In the past, you had time. I mean, you got a guest complaint eventually with a letter in the very early days, then with a fax. But today with social media, you have a guest staying here and immediately, you know, it's there. So you must be very switched on with your team and, you know, But again, what hasn't changed is if you make sure that the customer is happy while he's here, you give them very little chance to actually post something shortcoming.
I know you're quite fast. Okay, you were running yourself in Istanbul.
Yeah.
But come on, you said we're not young anymore. How do we stay in touch? How do we stay in touch with technology? How do you, as a GM, make sure that you don't lose out, you know, with the new ways of doing things?
Oh, I think is a must. I'm a big fan of Apple. I do a lot of photography. I'm really so. I think you need to be there. You can't run the business today if you're not in touch with your gadgets and with your things. So it's a kind of interest, and it's a given.
What do people look for therefore in a GM, in a general manager for a world-class hotel? What do you think is the most important thing?
Investors want to make sure that their huge huge investment in luxury, in five-star properties is really well looked after.
Also, the infrastructure.
So the infrastructure is there, but obviously then you have to match this with a team and with the right people around you. People who are excited, who are dedicated, who have some passion. Because this you cannot teach, the passion. I mean, you can teach some technical stuff, but attention to detail and so on.
Well, this show, even as we speak, will involve people who want to be like you, who want to experience being part of this industry. What can they pick up from you? So we have a lot to discuss, and I don't think this is appropriate.
Why don't we go to the boardroom?
That's a room I'm really looking forward to.
Right, I know. This is
Look forward with me as we spend time with Frank, this man, and this institution, both world-class, but not letting up, still moving forward, right after the boardroom. After you.
Thank you. Thank you, Anthony.
Marco Polo was an adventurer and an explorer, and this hotel has remained true to its namesake because it has become a choice location for today's entrepreneurs and explorers. Well, we are now in Views Sky Bar and Lounge, the first of its kind, offering an unobstructed 180-degree view of the city from the top floor of this hotel. This is just one of 4 dining outlets in this hotel that business, family, and friends can enjoy. Adventurous. Let's continue to explore the secrets of running this hotel with Frank 24/7, 7 days a week, every day of the month. Frank, to promise and to deliver, a challenge for every business, especially for the hotel industry. How do you make this happen for you?
My philosophy, and the one which works actually extremely well, is to under-promise and over-deliver. And we have the Forbes, so we not only promise the Forbes, I mean, it's there. Forbes
I must
is there.
say congratulations again for those 5 stars.
Well, thank
I mean,
you.
for the industry, this is the top of the top. Congratulations.
Yeah, indeed. Yeah.
What do you think? Was it that bagged that award for you?
It's really a team effort. There are 800 points, customer touch points they look at.
Wow, 800.
800, and you need to achieve 90%. So, I mean, that's quite a...
So what is it hotels should deliver for clients today? Non-negotiable, at the minimum, they must make sure that these promises are delivered to every guest.
The studies have shown, and again, is the welcome. Welcome is extremely important.
Give me one tip on the welcome. What is one thing that we must make sure of as providers in this industry that every guest must experience during the start?
In most cases, we know the name because there is a reservation.
Okay.
So the use of the name is important, which seems, again, very basic, but, you know, needs to be done. And I think, again, has to be authentic, and you have to look people in the eye, and they have to feel that you really want them to feel good here and that you arrived at the place where you will have a good experience.
So to service the expectations of the higher end, what is distinctive about Marco Polo? Because there are not few, there are a number of people servicing that higher end market. What is it that makes you unique?
I think when it comes to food and beverage or the cooking is really, and this has been mentioned a lot, is the taste, you know. You can cook things, you can have a nice variety, you can do things, but you must follow the authenticity, the authentic recipe. And for our Chinese restaurant, for instance, it is authentic Cantonese. We have Hong Kong chefs. We really deliver the Hong Kong. So it's not a kind of a Chinese food, kind of we insist on making it real authentic, which has two, from a marketing point of view, this is obviously very important. From a quality, taste point of view, you know, again, authenticity. And the beauty with that is that our staff will learn a lot, pick up from the best.
It's only now that I found out, having visited you a couple of times, that in actuality, accommodations-wise, everything starts in the 20th plus.
That's correct, yeah.
So that view is unique to Marco Polo.
Yeah, that's why we call ourselves a sky hotel. We have a lot of light, a lot of, you know, obviously at that level you don't have too many buildings and obstructions next to it, so it's a real nice open view. And then we have the lounge here on the 44th floor where we are, 45th floor. So, you know, yeah, the hotel is above the office tower, so to speak.
But then it goes beyond the hotel. Right now, when we speak of accommodations, you don't compete with just other institutions in the same industry. You compete now with me, if I have a B&B, for example, facility. So how does the hotel, because I know it's hit a lot of hotels, the competition from Airbnb, how does Marco Polo respond to that?
Fortunately, we're more in the business segment. So these people, they want a carefree stay, you know.
Right.
They don't want to care about too many things. They need security, they need service, and they need the view and the piping, the sky view in this case, yes.
The three S's, security, service, which has been rated high, and of course your sky view. These are three things that distinguish you. I keep on hearing this from you, the segment, the niche. It's really focusing on the market that you want to be of service to.
We must differentiate ourselves because it is very, very competitive. So we need to find certain touch points and niche segments where we will develop and we will focus on.
I once did a simulated 21-kilometer or half marathon run at 5 degrees centigrade in a hotel ballroom to simulate the New York Marathon. The possibilities of hotel function rooms today and the possibilities of Marco Polo and Frank in the future right after this break. We're on a break here at Kusina, one of the best restaurants here in Marco Polo. And we're with Judith, Director for Marketing Communications of this hotel. Hi, Judith.
Hello, Anthony.
Okay, let's go straight to the point.
Yes.
What does it take but to outmarket all your competitors? Paano ba?
I think you should be a market leader. You should be on top of your game. Yeah.
How does one stay on top of the game? Because the game's always changing.
I think we have a lot of creative campaigns, inspirational campaigns as well with food and beverage, with our room offers.
I remember this thing that you did with Maricel. Meron kayong parang vlog for tea.
Yes, I know. So it was perfect time to launch our afternoon tea at the Connect Lounge. So we tie up with Mommy Maricel to launch also her vlog.
Okay. Marco Polo is obviously a successful brand. And brand, by definition, is a promise delivered.
Yes.
So ano bang parating pinapromise ng Marco Polo that it delivers to its actual customers?
Like Marco Polo, the traveler, the adventurer, so we always promise to explore, experience, and discover.
So first you explore, and then this is a discovery.
Discover, yes.
And then you experience the whole thing, like what we're doing right now.
Yes.
Well, let's talk about foreigners.
Yes.
So what does it take as a Filipino to really work well with foreigners?
I think it's managing the expectation. You know,
where they're coming from, huh?
Yeah, where they're coming from, and then, you know, setting your goals.
Okay.
Yeah.
What is one expectation that Frank always puts upon his people?
Yeah, he always would say to us that, you know, good is not good enough.
So it's keep the bar high.
Yes.
Higher and higher. Eh, kaya naman kayo 5 stars.
Thank you.
What do you call this again?
The Forbes Travel Guide.
Yes.
2015
Congratulations
5-star winner. Yes.
Now let's talk about your GM as a boss. If there's one thing that you would say every GM CEO should learn from Frank as a leader, what would that be?
I think it's leading by example. He does management by walking, and he does a lot of engagement with a lot of stakeholders of the hotel, the guests, my peers, the associates, the owners, business partners, everyone.
That's such a basic, fundamental, foundational leadership principle. Thank you, Judith, for this time.
No worries. Thank you so much.
Let's go back to our leader, manager, by example, Frank, and our conversation with him. There are certain things that a GM must look at every day. There must be certain information and facts.
Yeah.
So what would they be for you, Frank? What would be the key things that a GM running a world-class hotel have to be mindful of?
I spend a lot of time on customer feedback, again, on the social media, on the TripAdvisor, on all the feedback the customers give us. Then you have the whole financial aspect, of course, and actually to ultimately deliver the results and the goals.
Now, you have to see all of these things, but if there's one thing that you are most passionate about, something that you're most excited about, something that gives you the most joy on a typical day or week, what would that be?
I think it's to ensure that the staff and the customers have a good experience, because then all the rest will fall into place.
After all these years working in different parts of the world, what would you say is a unique trait of the Filipino worker? The Filipino H&R in hotel and restaurant employee or staff member?
Communication, the level of English and understanding.
That's one.
So that is a big plus, combined with the hospitality, with the kind of natural passion for service and for making people feel at home.
Now, apart from delivering the basics, which is a challenge in itself, you're known to be an innovative institution.
Yeah.
What is the key for continuous innovation for hotels like Marco Polo?
Again, you have to listen to the market. You have to observe very carefully what's happening, what's successful around us. How are we doing in the market? Who is doing something great, what works? And then we don't just copy it, and we see, can we, based on that idea which seems to really work, and we have also systems internally where we exchange best ideas, best benchmarks. So yeah, we take it from there.
How does one inspire an organization, again, a Filipino organization, to not just be satisfied with being great, but to become even greater than great?
I think first of all you have to be inspired yourself.
Right.
You have to really feel it inside, because otherwise there's no way.
Right.
If you don't feel motivated, inspired, how can you even, influence?
What do you think is in the future for Philippine hospitality and even this industry?
You know, the software is here. We talked about this a lot. It's infrastructure. Its infrastructure is still to have, you have to compete with Thailand, with Indonesia, with some real luxury places, luxury resorts. You have to get there easily. We need much more flights. We need much more flights. Top of the line airport, and so I think that's
To support the industry.
to support, to have more,
And what is it that you believe we've had and we will continue to have that we should maximize as Filipinos in this industry?
Well, it's the beauty of the 7,100 islands. This is because many parts of the world it has been, kind of overbuilt or over. So I think to just keep this, the natural beauty, and kind of match this with there is a huge future in there.
And for those who are entering the industry, thinking, can I succeed here? What should I do? What is your advice for the young ones who are entering your industry?
Be ready to know that it's a 24/7. That will also not change. A hotel will never be a 9-to-5 place. If you want the regular hours, 5-day week, and a lot of other things, is not,
It's not your calling.
It's not really calling.
But for you, it's been confirmed that it's been a calling, and it's something that will be for you, still a calling. You're on track, on purpose, and it's been an honor for us to...
Very much.
Worship time done, interview time done, and if you think it is family time and friends time, you're wrong. Marco Polo reminds me that I need me time. So with Flow Spa, it's massage time. Join me again next week as we engage some of the country's top business leaders, innovators, and executives. I'm Anthony Pangilinan, and this is the Massage Room.
Here's your robe, sir.
Hindi pa pa rito?
Mas comfortable po pag ito yung gagamitin.
Sure. Okay. Well,